Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you some of the projects that I have going to hopefully inspire you to get your own projects going. If you're new here, my name is Erinn. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel where I talk all about creativity, home herbalism, and basically ways to bring more beauty, joy, and creativity into your home. So if you want that, stick around, hit the subscribe button, and come say hi over on Instagram. I'm at Erinn with 2 N's. Okay, so let's jump into it. I'm gonna show you today my creations. So first, if you are not new to my channel, then you know about the Herbal Kitchen, you know about this book, and you know that I highly recommend it. So today, a lot of the new projects that I'm working on are actually recipes from this book. So if you are new to herbalism and you want to start doing some easy projects that can bring more herbs into your life in terms of creating, but also bring them into your kitchen, into your body, into your family's health, check out this book. Not sponsored, but just highly recommended. Okay, so first I want to show you some of the herbal vinegars that I am working with. These are so simple. You just take vinegar and you pour it over herbs and you let it sit for about, you could do like 1 to 4 to 6 weeks. So first I have this 4 Thieves vinegar. So you may have heard of Thieves before. If you have ever ordered essential oils from Young Living, they sell an essential oil called Thieves, which is based from this recipe. It's called 4 Thieves vinegar, and this is what Cami writes in her book. Every herbalist has their own recipe for 4 Thieves vinegar, so there are many different recipes out there. The story has it that grave robbers avoided the plague by using herbal preparations that included these herbs. Testimonials about ailments this vinegar has cured and averted could fill a book. So that's why I made it. So the cool thing about herbal vinegars is you can really use them for so many different things. You can put some in your bath water, you can use it for your skin, you can use it for marinades, salad dressings. My husband and I, we put herbal vinegar or apple cider vinegar into our mocktails. So we'll just mix like a sparkling water with a capful of herbal vinegar and a little bit of stevia for sweetening, and that makes a really yummy mocktail for summer. If you want to learn how to make that apple cider vinegar healthy soda mocktail, check out the link in the description box, and I'll put the link to the video that I've made on an apple cider vinegar healthy soda. And then you can also use the herbal vinegars for just literally sipping if you're using them for medicinal use. For me, that's pretty harsh, so I'm not really super excited about just drinking vinegar. The other thing that you can do, that's another herbal preparation, is adding honey. So once you have your infused vinegars, your vinegar infused with herbs, you can strain out the herbs and add in honey, and that's what we call an OXYMEL. And an OXYMEL is something that you can put into tea, drinks, or you can just take it straight, and the honey balances out the tangy of the vinegar. So that's another herbal preparation you can look into if you're doing beginner herbalism and you want other ideas. Herbal vinegars can also be used for OXYMELs. So I showed you my 4 Thieves vinegar. Now I'm going to show you. This is my other vinegar that I have going. It's a rosemary lavender vinegar. So this is going to be really yummy for marinades, for drinks, and I'm also going to use it for skincare, which I'm pretty excited about because recently I realized how amazing apple cider vinegar is for the skin in small doses. Okay, so those are the herbal vinegars that I have going. Now I'm gonna move on to talking to you about the herbal oils I have going. Typically, if you've heard me talk about herbal oils, you know that I've talked about them in the context of skincare and putting them on your skin, massage oil, salves, butters, that type of thing, which is amazing. But you can also make herbal oils for cooking, which is something that I've just dabbled in and I'm about to deep dive in. So the first one that I ever made myself, I didn't use any recipe. I just knew that I love sage, rosemary, and thyme blended together. So I just got some plain old olive oil, mixed it with sage, rosemary, and thyme, and let that baby sit. I think it actually sat a lot longer than I was intending it to sit, but by the time I strained it and used it, I was pouring it on pizza, on bread, like dipping bread into it. It was so, so delicious. Good on toast, pasta, probably a lot of other delicious things I'm not thinking about, even if you just like drizzle it on vegetables. So we use that up pretty fast, so I wanted to make another batch. So this is my second batch of sage, rosemary, and thyme herbal oil, also known as the Simon and Garfunkel oil. So this is sage, rosemary, and thyme infusing in olive oil. Super excited to strain this in probably another week or two. Getting oil all over. That's the thing about making oils and stuff. It's a very messy business, but worth it. So yeah, so I will be straining this rosemary, sage, and thyme oil in probably a week or two and then using it on my food. Okay, so the next herbal kitchen oil that I have going is called the Alchemy Oil, and it's from Cami McBride's book, and it's one of the recipes that she says that people love the most from her book, from the kitchen oils section. So I decided to make it. Okay, so this is the Alchemy Oil. It's this beautiful bright orange color. Super excited to try this one. I actually have 2 jars of it going right now. Alchemy Oil. So Cami writes in her book, this oil magically makes everything taste good. She says, if I'm in a hurry, I do quick vegetable saute with this oil and the meal tastes if I were in the kitchen for hours. So I'm all about that. So we have in here turmeric, paprika, coriander, mustard seed, cinnamon, and salt. So very interested and excited to try this. Okay, I have 2 more kitchen herbal oils going. So this one it looks kind of weird, but it's because it's coconut oil, and coconut oil obviously hardens at room temperature. But this is lavender and sage coconut oil. I heated the coconut oil up to liquid form, then I added the ground herbs, and I have heated it up again a couple more times just to keep the infusion process going, because obviously I can't shake this every day, but once I'm ready to strain, I will just heat it back up, make it liquid again, strain out the herbs, and then I'll have a delicious coconut sage lavender oil. Oh wow. Yum. Okay, and last but not least, I have this orange Jubilee Oil, which is another one from Cami McBride's book. So the orange Jubilee Oil is orange peel, rose hips, cinnamon, and cardamom. So really excited about that one. That'll be good for sweet treats and maybe drizzling over, like, I don't know. I haven't even decided yet, but kind of excited to get creative with it. So herbal cooking oils are really, really simple. There are a lot of other more advanced techniques to making either kitchen oil or body oil, but it can be very, very simple. So you can literally just take your dried herbs and pour oil over them and let them sit for 1 to 6 weeks. It helps to sort of grind up the herbs either in like a blender to powder them literally, or in a mortar and pestle just to break open the herbs so that they infuse more into the oil when you're making it. Once you're done infusing it, you can just strain through like a cheesecloth or muslin, or I use a nut milk bag. You strain out the herbs and then you have your beautiful culinary oil. I also love going to my local consignment place. They have amazing little bottles and lots of glass for the kitchen, and so I love finding bottles for my culinary oil. Here is a beautiful one that I found that I think is just like literally a vinegar and oil bottle. So I'm going to pour my culinary oils into bottles like these and then use them in the kitchen. Super fun. I also have this really beautiful one that my husband got for me for my birthday last year. So love those, and that's another fun tip that you can go look at your local thrift store or consignment store for beautiful glass pieces. There's so much beautiful glassware that you can find at places like that. Next, I'm going to show you 2 of the herbal oils for skin that I'm making. I have talked about them in my previous videos, but I don't think that you have actually seen them, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so here is my Egyptian magic oil. So typically when I make herbal oils for the skin, I infuse all of the different herbs separately, just so that, especially at the beginning of making herbal oils, I can get familiar with each one separately and the unique medicine of it. And this one and the next one, I decided I wanted to just do a big blend. So this is my Egyptian oil. It has jojoba oil, olive oil, castor oil, gold mica. So you can see, well, it's hard to see, but there's like these little gold sparkles in it, cosmetic grade, so it's safe for the skin, gold mica, chamomile, and blue lotus. And I'm really excited. This one I'm just letting literally soak in here. I didn't grind any of the herbs like I normally do. I'm just shaking it every day, putting love into it. And the other thing I'm going to do is, once it's done, is I'm going to add some frankincense oil, which I made. So that's gonna be really exciting. So this is my Egyptian magic oil blend. Okay, whew, this one's heavy. So this is my 7 Flowers Flower Spirit blend. So this is a big boy. I am so excited about this one. As I said, it has 7 different flowers in it. So it has chamomile, elderflower, rose, hibiscus, calendula, helichrysum, and lavender. Really beautiful. I can't wait to strain this out. Same as the other one. I just wanted to make one big blend where they're all together, bringing all the flowers that I have in my herbal collection together into one oil. So super excited to create with this too. Next I have something that is kind of different and fun, and is the first time I've ever tried it. And it is called Smreka. And it is a Bosnian fermented drink that is literally just juniper berries fermenting in water. So I started this on June 29th and it's gonna go till July 27th. But literally every day I just shake it, I keep it in the window, burp it. Ooh, ooh, exactly, that's why you gotta burp it. And I will strain it, probably add maybe like a little bit of honey or fresh lemon or lime. I have no idea honestly what it's even gonna taste like, but it's just been fun to, again, shake it every day. I love shaking it. And see it in the window just starting to change color. It's getting darker and the juniper berries are dropping to the bottom. So I had some juniper berries that I bought just because I love juniper berries. I love the smell of juniper, but I wasn't sure how to use them. And so Mountain Rose Herbs, if you're not following them on YouTube and Instagram, I suggest it. Mountain Rose Herbs posted a video on how to make Smreka, which is, it's so easy. You literally just take, I think, a half to a full cup of the juniper berries, pour water over it, put a lid on it, shake it every day for a month, and strain it out, and you have, and burp it every 4 days, and strain it out, and you have this beautiful fermented drink with the medicine of the juniper berries in it, which is amazing. In folk medicine, juniper was used as a diuretic to treat kidney and bladder problems, as well as indigestion and gas. Magical properties are protection, protective charms, increasing psychic powers, and it's associated with the crown chakra, which means basically our connection to the divine, spirit, God, creative force, the universe, whatever word that you want to use. So just a little bit of tidbit about the juniper berries and their medicinal properties. If you do want to make the Smreka, I'll put the link to the Mountain Rose Herbs video in the description. So I have both of these jars going right now, and stay tuned. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm excited to just kind of have a yummy, healthy fermented drink on hand. Curious if you guys do much fermenting. That's kind of the next thing on my list that I want to get into. I really want to learn how to make sauerkraut and other fermented foods. So possibly looking into getting a fermentation book or taking a fermentation class soon. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done any fermenting and what's your favorite thing to ferment. I did my first batch of frankincense oil a couple weeks ago, strained it, and I've been using it for a bunch of things, and it just, honestly, it just smells incredible. I wish that I could pass the smell to you across the video, but I mean, it's just, it smells like frankincense. If you haven't smelled frankincense before, please stop this video immediately and go find some frankincense to smell. Probably the best way to smell it would be to find the essential oil or to literally just buy the resin. This is powdered resin, but you can also get the tears, which are like the little beads of resin. So it's literally just tree resin, but it has the most incredible smell and medicinal properties. Oh my gosh, I could just live in this. It smells incredible, so earthy, almost like it smells like tree, but almost like a citrus tree or something. I don't know how to explain it. It's so like hard to explain a smell. So those are the main projects I have going right now. I just ordered a huge bottle of jojoba oil, which came a couple weeks ago. I shared in my video, and so I've just been making a bunch of herbal oils as well, just the plain, simple, one ingredient herbal oils, so that when I make my balms and herbal body oil and face serums and stuff like that, I have all of them to choose from. So I'll just show you some of the ones that I recently made. So this is Helichrysum. So this is a kombucha bottle. I don't know if any of you are obsessed with bottles like I am, or glass jars, but I just can't throw out a decent glass jar. It just makes me so sad. So I love to recycle the glass as much as I can. These are kombucha bottles. So anyways, this is a Helichrysum oil. I've never made Helichrysum oil before. The only way I had worked with Helichrysum was the essential oil, which is, I think it's like $100 for just like a ½ ounce bottle. This is like almost maybe like 8 ounces of Helichrysum, and I think I bought the bag of Helichrysum for like $15 or something. The thing about essential oils too is it takes so much of the plant to make the essential oil that it's almost kind of wasteful and not really efficient. If you're not clear on the difference between essential oils and herbal infused oil, check the description box. I'll put my video where it's just like a 1-minute video where I tell you the difference between herbal oil and essential oil. This is herbal oil, which is the plant, the actual physical plant infused into a carrier oil, which this is jojoba. It has this velvetiness to it that is just, I don't know how something can smell like velvet, but it does. It has a similar velvetiness to like myrrh, if you've ever used myrrh oil or myrrh resin. It even smells like it would soften your skin. Great for like anti-aging, skin softening, as I said. I'm sure there are a ton of other medicinal properties. I originally bought the essential oil because I got into essential oils years ago, mainly because, well, first of all, I love bottles of magical herbal plants, and you know, obviously that was like sort of one of my deep dives into herbalism. One of the reasons why I was searching for different oils, essential oils, was because I was looking to make my own skincare, and obviously not much has changed since then, but I learned that Helichrysum was one of the most powerful and beautiful oils for the skin. So I just decided, screw it, I'm gonna just buy the flower and make the oil myself, which I'm so glad I did. So I'm gonna make possibly like a frankincense and Helichrysum salve or something, and it's just, I'm sure it's gonna be fabulous. Okay, so my next one that I have this is just chamomile oil. I mean, not just chamomile oil. This is chamomile oil. It's one of my favorites. Again, I have it in this like just little kombucha bottle, but this is a fresh batch of chamomile oil. And then I have oat straw oil. This is a fresh batch of oat straw oil. Oat straw is amazing for calming the nervous system, calming the body, and it's very high in minerals. I heard it's also good for men for like sperm count or something. I don't know if that goes for topical, but in terms of the tea, you can also drink this as a tea, which is kind of the other way that I really consume it. I make a lot of oat straw tea, and then I'll make like an herbal lemonade out of it or an herbal latte out of it. So oat straw's the bomb. It's very gentle, it's very nourishing, it's very calming, it's very mineral rich. So if you're new to herbalism and you're looking for an herb to start with, oat straw is one that I definitely recommend. It's also gluten-free, in case you're wondering. I know it can be kind of confusing because it has the same name, but it is naturally gluten-free. One of my last ones, this is a jar of mugwort oil. So mugwort is really great for like anti-inflammatory. It's also associated with like dream time, lucid dreaming, dream work. And it's a carrier herb, which means that if you mix it with other things, it helps the medicine go deeper into the body. And it's also really great for menstrual cramps. So I love putting this on my low belly and my low back when I'm on my cycle. I love mixing it in with other blends to help the medicine go deeper. Speaking of which, I just made this new salve, and it is, I think, one of my favorite things I have ever made. It just feels so like medicinal and nourishing and rich. So I'm gonna share that with you. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So this is my new favorite thing that I've made. So it's a salve that has CBD cannabis, frankincense, rosemary, arnica, and mugwort. So the CBD is obviously, you're probably pretty familiar with what CBD cannabis is. Good for calming and inflammation. Frankincense, rosemary is great for circulation and anti-inflammatory and also antimicrobial. Arnica is great for bruises, sprains, sore muscles, and mugwort is all the things I just told you, anti-inflammatory and helps the medicine go deeper. You can see it's this really beautiful, rich green color. Gosh, and it just smells amazing. CBD, frankincense, rosemary, arnica, mugwort. Oh my gosh. Highly recommend that you blend all of those herbs together into a salve. It is so, so good. And if you're interested in possibly purchasing one of these from me, you can check in the comments. I will link my product shop and you can just see what I have available. Okay. One other thing that I started making recently is candles. Now, I thought this was gonna be a really simple project, and turns out candle making is a lot harder than it looks, at least with beeswax. That's what I used. You need to have the right size wick for the diameter of your container. These are container candles. You need to have the right size wick, and you need to pour the beeswax at the right temperature. You can see how there's like these little divots and dips where the wick is. This one too. The beeswax contracts as it cools, so it changes shape, so you have to pour it at the right temperature. Anyways, I'm not getting into that, and I'm not going to teach you how to make candles because, let's be honest, I can't. I'm figuring it out. But it's fun to try, and they're not perfect. I wouldn't sell them or anything, but they're just fun to have around the house. I also added a little bit of my sparkly mica powder to these so that when they melt, it looks like little sparkles like swirling around in there, so it's super fun. Okay, I think that's it for all my current projects right now. Would love to hear what projects you're working on. Share with me in the comments, let me know what you're doing. If you have any questions about anything that I shared, love to hear what you're up to. If you liked this video, you want to learn more about home herbalism and creativity in the home and bringing harmony and beauty into your home, then hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. It takes a lot of time and energy for me to create these videos, so it really means a lot when you guys comment, when you subscribe, when you give me a thumbs up. All of that is really supportive and feels really good for me, so thank you so much. Come say hi on Instagram. I'm at Erinn with 2 N's. Would love to say hi, and let me know in the comments what projects you're working on. Okay, bye. I look forward to seeing you on next week's video. Mwah.